Hey guys, it's Gina here from Mo Happy Biz. On a weekly basis, I share with you how to start and grow your online stores. And with that, let's get started on today's content. There's really two ways to go about it when it comes to finding the right products to sell on Amazon. One is finding products that doesn't really exist on Amazon and seeing if there's opportunities to sell on Amazon platform and make profits. The other one is just trying to search for an opportunity on Amazon and seeing if you can find a product that you can sell well on Amazon platform. What I like to do is instead of starting from Amazon looking for opportunities there, I actually like to start from elsewhere. I like to look at places like Etsy or Google or Pinterest and finding ideas there where I can see that it doesn't really exist on Amazon, but there's really demand, people looking for that specific product. And once I find that opportunity, then I go onto the Amazon and using the tool, I do the deeper analysis to see if there is potential for me to make profits. The reason why I like to start from elsewhere, such as Etsy or Google or Facebook or Pinterest, is because I do feel like a lot of people that are trying to search for product ideas, they start on Amazon platform, they try to look for product ideas on Amazon. What I like to do is I like to find products, there may be a gap on Amazon platform, but there's still a lot of demand outside of Amazon, people looking for that product. So with that in mind, I'm going to share with you how I would do product research, and then I'm going to share with you how I would use a tool to do a deeper analysis to see if there is really a place for my product to succeed on Amazon platform. And before we begin, I want to go over some of the product categories and product types that you want to avoid. And in order for you to minimize the number of failed launches that you may have on Amazon, it's important for you to know what are some of the product categories that you want to avoid, what are some of the product criteria that you want to specifically look for in order to have success on Amazon. One of the important things that you might want to check is whether the product that you potentially want to sell may have any patents on them. So it could be design or functionality. You just have to go to USPTO website and do a simple patent research to find out if there is a patent existing on the product that you want to sell. Another product that you want to avoid is any product that may fall under hazmat. Hazmat just stands for hazardous material. If your product contains any hazardous material, then it may have a lot more regulations and restrictions on having your products at Amazon FBA warehouse, even listing your product on Amazon, and even clearing customs. Another product category that you want to avoid is anything that falls under Amazon's gated product listing. These product categories require Amazon to approve your product listing for you to even be able to list your product on Amazon. As a beginner seller, I would suggest that you avoid these categories because it's going to require you to go through extra steps, extra hurdle in order to be able to list your product. There's so much that you need to take in, so much that you need to learn as a beginner seller to be able to even list your product and optimize your listing, drive traffic, and start generating sales. And there's so many other product categories that you can find plenty of opportunities to sell. So why choose something that's difficult as a beginner? Maybe once you are gaining more experience as an Amazon seller, you can look into these categories. But when you're starting out, I would suggest that you avoid these categories. Few other things to consider are you don't want to be selling products that already have big brand names selling a similar product. You don't want to be competing with these big brands because they have so much resources than you to be able to rank their product well and sell their product, and you don't want to be competing with them. And you don't want to be selling products that have a lot of different variations. And that includes things like clothing, especially in clothing niche. A lot of foreign sellers are now starting to list their products directly on Amazon. And it's really hard to compete with those sellers that have direct access to their factory and can lower their price. And there's going to be a lot more returns when it comes to selling clothing. So as a beginner, I would stay away from that category. Also, if you want to see consistent profits and consistent sales throughout the year, I would avoid seasonal products or anything that would be too trendy. And when it comes to price or weight or size, I like to sell items that are slightly higher price because I know when I sell each item, I'm going to have higher profit. If you're selling something that would be $9.99 or even $14.99, the margin that you're going to make on selling each product is not going to be as much as something that would be priced $25 or $30 or $40. So I do like to look at items that may be over $25. When it comes to weight, I like to ideally stay under a pound, especially if you have a vision of creating a brand and having your own Shopify store and selling to your customers on Shopify platform as well. There is going to be a difference between shipping products that is under a pound versus anything that is over a pound. Anything under a pound, you can ship using first class USPS. Whereas anything over a pound, you do have to pay for priority shipping. So when you are selling something that may be slightly heavier than a pound, then you also have to think about what the price point would be because your price would have to absorb the higher shipping cost. So I would try to stay under 4 to 5 pounds per item, but ideally it would be nice if it is under a pound, especially if you want to create a brand and start your Shopify store. And also, I would stay away from any product categories that would fall under oversized product per Amazon over here, just because it's going to be more costly for you to send your products to Amazon, store your products there, and also ship from your supplier. I like to avoid products that may be way too generic, that it's going to be hard for me to have any design or functionality enhancement. I like to create a brand around my products and also establish a Shopify store where I can attract customers based on my brand, and which also helps me to sell better on Amazon. So if it is way too generic products such as like measuring cup or paper or packaging, I would try to avoid these type of products that it's going to be hard for me to create a brand around. All right, now that I have gone over some of the product categories that you want to avoid and some criteria that you want to specifically look for when you're trying to do your product research, let's now go to some other areas that I would search for my product ideas. One of the places that I like to come to is Etsy. Etsy is a great platform to get product ideas and more of the unique items, handmade items, gift items, things that people would come to customize. And I like to come here to get product ideas that I can potentially sell on Amazon. What are some things that people are searching for on Etsy? What products are in demand? And based on that, I would do further analysis over on Amazon side to see if there is a potential for me to make profits and sales. So for me to understand what are some of the items that people are searching for, I just simply come over here, and when I click on the search bar here, it gives me a list of items that people are currently searching. As you can see, there's a lot of items here, and this list constantly changes, but I can get an understanding of what people are looking for. For example, wooden horse toys. I would look further into this item to see if this is something that I could possibly sell on Amazon. Something like custom family portrait, I know it's going to be hard for me to have a customized item as a beginner seller on Amazon, so I would skip on that item. Self-defense keychain. This is another item that has a potential to sell on Amazon, and I would do further analysis to see if this is something that I could also sell on Amazon. So as you can see, I'm just getting product ideas on Etsy. And if I also scroll down, it gives me a popular gifts right now section where this is a list of items that are selling really well on Etsy. Etsy also likes to showcase products that are converting really well to customers so that they can make more money on their platform as well. So I know these are items that people are searching and people are actually purchasing, and that's why they're listed under here. So I would get ideas. So for example, candle seems to be popular. It's being sold at $22.92. This is more like a double name ring, so it's more like a customized item. As you can see on Etsy, there's a lot of customized items that are being sold really well. But I'm just here just looking for the items that are in demand, looking for items that may be selling well on Etsy that has a potential to sell on Amazon. Another place that I like to come to is a website called eRank. They do a lot of keyword search analysis on Etsy, and you can use this tool to see what is the most frequently searched terms on Etsy. So this is very similar to tool as Jungle Scout or Managed by Stats or AMZScout, in that it helps Etsy sellers sell the popular items on Etsy. And I like to use this tool to kind of figure out what are some things that people are searching on Etsy that I can potentially sell on Amazon as well. So if I scroll through, I just search for the most searched keywords on Etsy, and they give me stats on the month of March. And I can see that the number one thing that was being searched was wall decor, personalized gifts, and a lot of gifts items. Easter was one of them. Necklaces, candles, women's clothing, bridesmaids gifts. So that's also something that I would be interested in. So what I'm going to do is, just based on this, I'm going to see what I can find on Etsy when I type in wall decor, and also what I can find on Amazon using this keyword wall decor. Once I'm back on Etsy, I do a keyword research on wall decor. As you can see, using the Keywords Everywhere tool, I know that there's a large volume of searches being done for wall decor. So here I'm just trying to get ideas, and maybe I can narrow down on specifically what kind of adult wall decor that I can potentially sell on Amazon. But I'm going to start with wall decor. So once I search for that, I'm going to ignore the results at the top because these are the ones that are being run by ads. And so it's not really telling me much about the sales volume. But right below, I know these items are at the top because they're probably the ones that are selling really well. So the vintage indie poster wall collage kit. So it looks like there will be multiple posters that are included in one, and the price point is 16, so a little bit lower than what I will want. But look at this one here, a farmhouse custom book decor. So this is another custom item, so maybe not. But print set wall art, lavender print. So looks like this is a very simple print. So Etsy is ranking them at the top because these are in demand by customers. Customers are purchasing these items. So I'm going to scroll through to kind of see if there is items that pop to me, something that I may be able to sell on Amazon, something like this or this over here, where there's a lot of different pieces in one set and it's being sold at a fairly cheap price. I would skip on those. Things like this. It looks like it's also a combination of multiple items, so I skip on those items. Looks like this one has a very long rod. I don't know if it only comes in this eucalyptus. It may not be feasible for me to sell on Amazon because it might exceed the size limit for the oversized items. So I'm just scrolling through to get ideas. Some of the inspirational signs, it may be big, but if I can get this in a smaller format, maybe it's possible that I could sell this. I'm just scrolling through to get ideas. Something like this might be something that I could sell. I don't know if it comes with the wrap, but if it doesn't, maybe. Boho art set. Looks like this is popular, but the price point is fairly low. So I'm going to keep scrolling. There's a lot of these metal wall decor. Looks like it's popular. It might be slightly heavy. Alphabet banner, wooden alphabet. So this is being sold $52. So maybe this is something that I can look into on Amazon. Boho chic wall hanging. I like this one because it's a tapestry, so it wouldn't be as heavy, or you can fold it to make it small. So I'm kind of getting ideas just by scrolling through. So from my first scroll, like the things that I like are something like this, the tapestry, and see if there's an opportunity there. And if I scroll up, I'm going to see if inspirational signs that may be smaller is going to sell well on Amazon. And I'm starting to see a lot of boho themes, so maybe some boho wall decor might be something that I could sell. Although this is fairly low priced, I could see what type of items are trending or what type of items are selling well under boho wall decor or boho decor items. So those are some ideas that I'm getting from Etsy. So I'm going to move over to Amazon and see how I can do further analysis on Amazon. So once I am on Amazon, I'm going to use the same search term, wall decor, to find products on Amazon. And I'm going to use a tool called AMZScout to do further analysis on the specific keyword. I used to use Jungle Scout and Managed by Stat, and just recently I started using AMZScout, and there's some features that I really like on that tool. So for today, I'm going to use that tool to show you how I would do the further analysis on Amazon. So I'm going to click on the Chrome extension of the AMZScout tool. I've already downloaded to my Chrome. And once I click on the Chrome extension, it's going to populate the results for me with all the information as you see. One thing that I do like about AMZScout tool is that it does give me the visibility score and the niche score. So the visibility score basically tells you what is your chance of making a successful business and profit on Amazon for this specific niche? So the lower the number, the better chance that you have in being successful, because not that many people are looking into this niche, and that means there's just less competition. The niche score, when I click on it, it just gives me overall idea as to how likely am I going to succeed on this for this specific niche. The higher the rating, as you see here, is a 6 out of 10. Higher the rating, the more likely that you are going to be successful in this niche. And the thing that I look for are the ones that have either orange or red signs. So if you look down here under competition, the competition is strong because the product listing would have a lot of product reviews, and you are going to compete with product listing that would have a high number of product reviews. So that's something to keep in mind. Okay, so I'm going to close this now. And once I am on the Chrome extension, I'm going to want to filter the results based on the criteria that I have talked about. So I'm going to click on this icon over here, which lets me filter the results. So as I have talked about, I like to look at items that would provide me higher profit. So I'm not interested in looking at items that are lower priced because I would need to sell a lot in order to have decent profits on them. So I want to look at items that would have a minimum of $25. And because this niche has product listings that has high number of reviews, I want to only look at product listings that would have less than 500 reviews. And as we talked about, I want to look at items that would be under 5 pounds. I'm going to leave other areas blank because the more criteria that you put into, the more restrictive your filtering is going to be, and you're not going to see a lot of results. And so I just want to leave this as is, and I'm going to click apply and see what type of results come about. And when I see this, one thing to also note is you can personalize the columns on here. So what I did was I went to personalized view, and because this didn't really show the weight and oversize, as click on these two just so that I can also include those columns as part of the results. So now that I can see that there are a few items that are oversized and I want to get rid of them from the results. So what you can do is you can click on X just to get rid of it from the results that you see. And I've gone ahead and removed all of the items that may be oversized. Another thing to note here is it gives you the product score for private labeling. So the higher number it is, the more likelihood that you have in succeeding in private labeling the specific product. And another thing that I also want to look at is I want to get rid of items that would have potentially less than $1,000 of sales. So if I scroll through, there's some items that would have only $100 of revenue or $34. I want to get rid of these from the results. So I'm just going to click on the X here, click on the X here. So once you have filtered all of these items, you can either download this to an Excel spreadsheet, or you can just kind of click on each of these items to see what each of the product is. One thing that you can also do is if you click on this arrow over here, for example, you have the ability to kind of see the profit by using the profit calculator. You can also look at the product history or get the keywords. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the profit calculator. And this is where it helps me calculate how much I am going to be left with if I purchase this item and sell on Amazon platform for the price of $64.99. So obviously you'll have to do research on approximately how much it'll cost you to source this item. But let's say it'll cost you, I would say $10 to source it. $10 or $15 really depends on your research. But once I have entered the information here, the AMZScout already does some type of calculation to show me what is going to be my profit per unit. So it already shows me what the FBA fee is going to be, and then what I'm going to be left with, which is $36.44 as my profit. The reason why this is really useful is because now you kind of get to see the profit rather than just a sales number. And that helps you do the quick calculation without you having to open another web page to put in all the information, the ASIN and all that stuff to kind of see this information. Is kind of all within this tool. The other thing that I like to look at is a product history. It tells me what the product history is. Looks like there was some spikes and there were no sales. I'm assuming it could be because they may have run out of inventory and then they may have restocked it. And then now it's starting to see really good sales starting January throughout the whole, the rest of 2021. And if I click on maximum available period, it gives me an idea for the entire period this listing was up. Looks like this listing was up back in November 14, 2020. So this is a fairly new listing, but the reason why I clicked on this listing is because, as you can see, it has 28,000. So the ranking is not that great, but the price point is $64.99 with the FBA fees of $18. And we just saw it within the profit calculator. There is a potential to make decent profit per item. And estimated sales is $30,000. If you have 50% profit margin on this item, you already can make about $15,000 per month just selling this item. And the reason why I chose this item is because I saw a trend on Etsy. If you remember, I'm just going to click on this listing and show you. And this item is very similar to what we saw on Etsy as something that is selling really well. And it's priced at a much lower price point on Amazon. And as we have seen over here, it is generating pretty decent profits. So I would do further research on this specific item to see if this is something that I can also sell and make profits. You don't have to sell exactly the same style or same design. You can sell something different and still rank and may be able to sell really well within this niche. So if I scroll down, it always gives me some other products that may be related to this item. So I can kind of see what are some other items that the sellers are selling. And one thing that you can do is once you go back to your AMZScout and click on this again, you can get the keywords that the sellers are using to sell this product. So if I click on the keywords, I can see a list of keywords the seller is using to list this product. Another thing that I can do is using the Reverse ASIN Lookup tool within AMZScout to see exactly what keywords are being used to sell this specific item. So I'm going to click on this one here. And then it already populates the ASIN here so that I can see what are some of the search keywords the seller is using to sell this specific item. One of the great things about this tool is that it gives me the search volume. So I can kind of see what is the search volume for this specific keyword. And as you can see, this product listing is doing really well for this specific keyword. So it's ranking number one here, number one. So I can already tell that there might be a very strong seller that is trying to sell this specific item. So this is a good example of how you would use a tool to do further analysis to see what type of opportunities there are in selling a specific item. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy and paste wall basket decor boho. And this is something that we wanted to look at when we're doing the Etsy search, right? So I'm going to go over here. I'm going to close this and I'm going to now populate that keyword and do a search. So this is the search result that I see for this specific keyword, wall basket decor boho. And when I scroll down, I see a lot of similar product listings. So they look slightly different, but as you can see, there's so many similar products that's competing in this niche for that specific keyword. So I'm going to click on AMZScout tool just to see what it shows me. And this is the results that I get. Just from the glance of it, I can already see the estimated revenue. So that's the first thing that I would look at. The one that we just looked at has $30,000 of revenue. But if you look at all these other listings, except for this one, which is slightly different, 3-tier hanging fruit basket. So that's kind of different from what we were looking at. Other than that, most of these items have a very low sales volume. And if I click on the niche score, it looks like I will be competing with a lot of very strong sellers, extremely monopolistic. So the reason why it says that is because most of the sales, it looks like is going towards this product listing and you just have to compete with that strong seller. And so this is a potential, but I would probably shy away from this specific product listing just because, as you can see, it doesn't seem like you would have a good chance in succeeding in this niche, especially when I see that there is such a low sales number for most of the product listing. So I will go through a similar exercise for all of the other ones that we have identified from another platform such as Etsy. One thing that we did look into was tapestry wall hanging. So I just typed in tapestry and then the wall hanging was kind of popping up. So I clicked on that to see what type of products show up. And I'm going to initiate the AMZScout tool. And I have already put in the parameters that we talked about. I want anything that is over $25. I want a product listing that would have less than 500 reviews, and then anything that would be below 5 pounds. So once I click apply, this is what I would get. And as you can see, I have the visibility score of 1 and then the niche score of 6. So if I click on the niche score, let's see what pops up. It looks like it's very similar to what we've seen. It seems like it's 6 out of 10. It's likely to succeed, so that's good news. But one thing that is also notable here is that there is a lot of reviews on the product listing. So you do have to compete with product listing that have high number of reviews. And also these are oranges that you need to take into consideration. Average quality listing, it just means that it would take a lot of effort for you to optimize your product listing in order to compete with other product listings that are already listed on Amazon. And the other thing is many of these products have high average rating. So you need to focus on creating a product that has really good quality. And you may want to also think about what is going to set my product apart from other competitors by reviewing other products listings, customer reviews, just to figure out what are areas that you can improve for your specific product if you do want to go into this niche. So I'm going to close this down, and this is the results that I see. So when I just review this, the first thing that comes to me, obviously, is going to be the ones that are oversized. So I would probably want to just make sure that those are removed from the product listing. And as you can see, there's a lot of products that are oversized. And if you look at estimated revenue here, there are items that are selling really well, like this one over here. But other ones that may have potential, there aren't that many. So you just want to go through all of these to kind of identify what is left. and see if there is potential for you to sell this specific item and see success by clicking on this arrow button, reviewing the profit calculator, product history, and getting the keywords to do actual keyword research on Amazon. So one thing just to note is that for this specific item that is at the top, it's generating about $28,000 of sales on a monthly basis. And it seems that because it is priced at $43 with the Amazon fee of $12.59, you would have decent profit from here. So just like how I used 50% for other example, if you have 50% profit margin, then you would make about $14,000 just by selling this item. And the only thing is this is a very highly optimized product listing and looks like it's very highly rated as well. So if I click on it, one thing that was very interesting to me is that some of the items that we said, oh, it would be oversized, when we're looking at the Etsy listing. For example, if I scroll to the top, something like this over here that we said maybe oversized, something like this, maybe oversized. It looks like what this product listing is doing is that wood stick is not included. So they're only selling this hanging woven tapestry. And then they're still able to generate enough sales for this specific item. And so you could see that there could be possibility that you could sell something similar to what we have identified here on Amazon and still be able to generate sales and profit. And another way that you can do product research, instead of looking outside of Amazon, if you do want to just start from Amazon and look for opportunities, one thing that you can do is you can come to AMZScout Product Database. If you click on it, you can search specific categories and put in the filters to find opportunities for you. One thing that I would do is if, let's say, you've done some research outside of Amazon and you decided that you want to sell something in home decor, that's where your passion is, that's what you are interested in selling. And I do recommend that you sell something that you would be interested in using yourself. And so let's say you are interested in selling home decor. So what you would do is you would select the category that you want to sell in. You would click on apply. And you can put in some of the general filters that we have discussed in this video. Let's say you want to sell something that's over $25 and you don't want to see anything that has way too many reviews because you don't want to compete with other sellers that have thousands of reviews. So you want to look at products that would be under 500 reviews, and you can click on find products, and AMZScout is going to go out and search for all the products that would fall under this category. And what you can do is you can scroll through to see if there is an item that you will be interested in selling. And once you find a product that you would be interested in selling, what you can do is you can click on this plus sign over here to add it to your product tracker so that you can track this specific product listing and see how this product does and do further analysis on this specific item. All right, so that pretty much wraps up how I would do product research on Amazon. Like I said, I do like to create a brand around my products, so that's something that I do look for. And I like to start from outside of Amazon just to see what's trending, just to see what's in demand, what people are searching for, and then seeing opportunities on Amazon platform using a tool such as AMZScout to do further analysis to see if there is potential for me to make sales and profits. All right, I hope this was helpful. Leave me a comment below. Hopeful if this was helpful for you, and give me a thumbs up if you like this video.